Hi guys, for this Pick a Crystal, we're going to be discussing what are the things, or maybe what's like the one thing you guys should be acting on at this time that you're holding off or procrastinating. But you know that it's like you should be doing this, but maybe you're not because you don't think you could do this, or you don't have enough confidence, or maybe you don't even realize that you're holding off, like you're making excuses. You just really believe that you just don't have the time for it, you know? My grandfather used to say that the thing that you're procrastinating is the very first thing that you should be doing. So, and I think there's something to that. I think, yeah, there's things that hold us back, or sometimes there's, a time to do things and a time not to do things, right? But sometimes we're intentionally holding back because of other reasons, and it usually is because of lack of confidence. So anyway, with that being said, let's get to it. I'm going to start with pile 1. If you feel like this crystal resonates with you, feel free to fast forward to the link below to pile 1. If you feel like this crystal resonates with you, feel free to fast forward by clicking the link below to pile 2. All right, so I'm going to move ahead with pile 1. All right, hi pile 1. Okay, so pile 1, what are you guys holding off on at this time? Is there several different things? Is there one thing? Like, what is it? I'm going to start channeling. I'm going to pull Oracle, and then I'm going to pull tarot cards, okay? Pile 1, what are you guys procrastinating? What are you guys holding off on? Holding off on at this time, and why? I'm seeing the side of your face. It's like you guys are listening, and I'm seeing I feel like you guys are holding off on something. It's almost as if you guys are waiting to hear something from your spirit guides, or like you're listening for something in order to act on something. I'm seeing something about Kundalini, but it's not fully happening or something like that. Like it's in the process, the spiritual awakening. So this may be the reason why you are waiting on something outside of you to give you the go-ahead with something, instead of just being decisive. It's almost like indecisive because you're not sure. What are you guys procrastinating? I see you guys taking notes. You guys are taking fast notes. I see like fast movement. I feel like you guys are trying to work on something in private. One card. Kylo. Shh. What are you guys holding off on? So I'm seeing that you guys aren't listening to your own intuition. It's almost as if you believe you have to hear your own intuition outside of you for confirmation. So I look at that as your higher self, like you're looking for a sign from your higher self outside of you, or your spirit guides outside of you, things like that, instead of looking within. Because it's like when you look within, you're not getting, you're not able to get the answers you're looking for, something like that. So you're unsure about something. What's interesting is that I don't see you as looking for something. I see you listening for something. So maybe you're really, maybe you're asking to hear specific words because they keep going back to the teeth and to the ears. So maybe you're holding off on something because I don't know, maybe you're saying things like, if I hear this word today, then I should do this. That's the only thing I could think of when I see what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a roof. It looks like the roof of a church, I feel like. And then I'm seeing a tree across from that. So I think of, again, it's like you're waiting for a sign. Okay. But for what though? Like to act on what? To do what? Because this is what we're asking, right? What are you guys holding off on at this time? What are you guys holding off on? What are you guys looking to do? What are you guys looking to do? I feel like I'm seeing a bridge over a road. It's one of those roads that looks like it's on top of a canyon or something like that. Like it's up really high and it's connecting like two mountains. And you're on it and you're looking down. What are you, to get to the other side, what are you, it's like you want to get somewhere. All right, I'm going to start pulling cards and then I'll channel again. What is pile one holding off on? What are you guys holding off on? Can I get a card? Fifth house, creativity. Chiron, healing. Okay, so this is exactly what I was seeing in the very beginning. I'm going to show you guys up close. Okay, So I said, like, I saw the side of your face up close, right? And then I was able to see, it looked like your ears and then your mouth. So this is Chiron healing. And then we have Pluto transformation. I said there's something about spiritual Kundalini, spiritual awakening going on. Like it's in the process, something like that. It's like you guys want to get to the other side of something. But you guys are asking for signs. So Pluto belongs, the planet Pluto belongs in the 8th house in astrology. The 8th house are the things that, this is like the house that's private, you know, whatever you guys have in there or even don't have in there, it doesn't matter. It belongs to Scorpio energy. Even if you guys don't have Scorpio in that house, it's like this is considered to be possibly your secrets, the things that are going on under the table that maybe you're unaware of, or maybe you feel this on an intuitive level, but you don't see it, but you just know something's happening behind your back. This can also be looked at as sex, even though the 5th house can be looked at as sex too. But how this was being shown was something in private, 8th house, is happening regarding your spiritual awakening. Like this is in the process or something like that. So you're asking for signs, which I feel like is what happens when we're having some type of 8th house experience. This can happen during 8th house transits, more specifically. It could be a dark night of the soul moment, where we're doing a lot of reflecting, we're going within, trying to figure things out. And it's like once we figure these things out about ourselves and the people around us, a lot of healing can take place. And it's like guidance is necessary at that point. So we ask for signs from things outside of us, such as spirit guides or angels or our higher self. And this is what I was seeing as like, you know, your guys' higher self. Fifth house, how to get to the other side. Maybe, so I feel like when we're having like an 8th house moment, we don't want to stay there. It's not comfortable. It's uncomfortable, let alone a spiritual awakening. So I feel like this bridge that I was seeing, it's like, how do we get back to, like, how do we get out of it? How do we leave the 8th house and go back to, you know, life again, something like that. So the only way, I know this is so cliche, but the only way out of the 8th house is going within. So, and Pluto is a very forceful energy. So, you know, it's like the only way to get to the other side of the bridge is by going within. And it's almost as if the energy here is avoiding that and only willing to do that if you hear what it is you're asking to hear. Like getting the signs you're specifically asking for, and then maybe you'll do whatever it is you feel like you're being asked to do. But the thing is, that is your intuition speaking to you. It's like you already know something's going on, and what's coming through is like a denial, like, oh, like, only if I hear this, then this is definitely happening. And it's like, well, you are clearly feeling something and putting the pieces together, and that's already your higher self talking to you, because it's like, how did you get that far? I think that's what a lot of people misunderstand about like your higher self talking to you. It's like, how did you articulate those words already to yourself, where you figured out, I got to start asking for signs? I hope that made sense. All right, Ace of Wands in reverse. So Wands is fire, and Ace of Wands is, when it's straight up, it's going for something passionately, and it's in reverse. So I was saying that this is the bridge, but you were in the middle of the bridge. Oh, that's interesting. You see like this light, like almost separating these two masks. It's like you don't want to go within. I feel like there's no maybe energy, no passion, no interest, something like that. But yet maybe there's this standstill energy where you're noticing like, but you can't get out. Like maybe you can't be in the energy of fifth house. And you also can't go back to normal, something like that. Because that's exactly what the eighth house does. Yeah, the world in reverse. So this is Saturn. Saturn is the strict father, the lord of time, karma, karmic lessons, the end of a cycle. Something must end in order for something else to begin. So I feel like what's coming through right now is like, in order to, so to speak, get to the other side, it's like you have to, heal. Let's just say if this is what it is, right? I'm going to channel again, but it's like you have to close the chapter. Well, how do you close the chapter? It wouldn't be ignoring these things that maybe you're trying to ignore. Why is Pluto here? Ace of Cups. Yeah. So this is looked at as like the Holy Grail. It's like you can get what you want after you go within. This is looked at as like the gift from the universe. But I feel like a spiritual awakening, or, your Kundalini being activated, doesn't feel like a gift from the universe. It's kind of like, nah, you could keep it, But the tricky part about this is like, and I'm sure like based off what I was seeing, you're realizing you can't seem to get out of it, right? I believe that's where like soul contracts come in. And when some of us go through this, it's because we signed up for it ourselves. So it's almost as if like there's a reason we're in that in-between phase in our lives. And it feels like we can't get comfortable. That's because it's like we can't. And we may see other people not going through that. And it's because they're not meant to go through that spiritual awakening. They're not meant to be into Kundalini and all that stuff. They didn't sign up for it. But people like ourselves did. All right, so I'm going to channel this again and see what wants to come through. What are you guys procrastinating? What are you guys holding off? What are you guys holding off? It's almost as if your guys' eyes are opened and you see things from an intuitive perspective, like a deeper perspective, but you rather close your eyes. Like you rather go back to the way things were because it's more comfortable. You rather have your eyes closed permanently than open. I literally see them drawing on your eyelids, like closed. But the truth is that your eyes are open. And the truth is that you see things. And I don't think you like what you see. But I'm going to open my, oh wait, hold on. Oh. I think maybe you see yourself. Remember how I said I see notes? There's something going back to this about a reflection of yourself. So maybe you don't like what you see. I'm seeing the triangle upside down, which is the lower consciousness. Maybe there's some things in your life that you see that you do, or something in your life that you just believe is of a lower state of mind. Because I'm seeing that you do see this, and somehow it's about your own life and about you. Why am I seeing kisses? I'm seeing, that's weird. The temple, okay, hold on. The temples, but before it was the temples, it was the kisses, the candy. That's so weird. I don't get that message. Hold on, I'm gonna look. Fifth house creative. Oh, because the fifth house, romance. Ace of Wands in reverse. Kisses in the temples. Kisses. So, okay, and then temples is like a library, higher education, not higher education like the school systems, just more like intelligent. So maybe you've seen something about yourself, because it goes back to these two faces, and there's something about you, like about yourself, that there's something like you don't like about yourself, and it has to do with the way you go about love. So with the spiritual awakening, it's like when, you know, you're in the beginning stages of that part of it, the part that's not fun, the part that's lame, the part that is like, I don't want any part of this. That's not forever. That eventually changes. But it only changes when you go through this part of it. You know, it's just like, I've used this as an example before. It's just like the job gets easier after you're done with training, right? Like then you figure out the skill and then you're done with it. Training's done, and then you finally move up in the ladder. Did I say that phrase right? You know what? I don't care. So, sorry. It's kind of like that. The beginning of a spiritual awakening, when your Kundalini is like opening up, in my opinion, sucks. It's awful because you're just, it's the beginning of a dark night of the soul. It basically, a spiritual awakening, I think everybody has a different experience, but it usually begins with an 8th house transit. when you enter the 8th house, you don't leave the same. And that's upsetting because it's like, it doesn't even matter if you're that type of person where it's like, your negative traits, your negative flaws. And it's like, something's got to change. But like, is it that serious? Like, are you really doing something that bad in life? And it's like, no. However, if you become awaken, because I'm sorry, but like, if you guys don't believe in this, which I would be shocked because you guys are watching tarot, during an 8th house transit, it's like you signed up for that. So you're going to feel those energies deeply, and you're going to be drawn to it. And it's like you really can't pull yourself out of it, versus somebody else who's going through an 8th house transit who doesn't have a spiritual awakening in their soul contract. It just is what it is. But once you get past it, it's behind you, the dark night of the soul. And this is what I feel like is happening. Everybody experiences a dark night of the soul a little bit differently. Okay, so, all right, let's channel this. What are you guys procrastinating? Ooh. Oh, God. That was terrible. What are you guys procrastinating? The way they're portraying it is cutting half your teeth. Like to go in your teeth. It's like, gross. I'm sorry. Like a root canal? Or actually, is this how it goes down? No, that doesn't make much sense. But this is what I'm seeing. It's almost as if like, I guess this isn't how it was shown, but let's just say you remove the tooth and there's like a small little circle in the gum. I'm gonna open my eyes. There's a small little circle in the gum. It's like your roots in your mouth, like what's authentic, what's real to you. Speak up about that, and then do something, like move on that. Make a move on what's real to you, what's authentic, what's deep. Something like that. Because like what they were really showing was like your teeth, and then like your teeth being cut in half, and then the tooth being open, and then there's like a hole in the tooth, and you could see down to the root. And then we're seeing a different scene, like moving, like moving on from it. So the world, right? And then we have Chiron. I believe Saturn and Chiron, and I think Uranus, don't quote me, I'm not 100% positive, but I believe they're all connected or somewhat connected when it comes to the bridge. Oh, I saw the bridge in this. Okay, this all makes sense. The bridge when it comes to, what is it? The shaman? Something like that. When getting to, I'm definitely going to botch this up, so you guys got to look into this yourself. But something about like the rainbow energy, like being one with the universe, like you can't have one without the other. Like this energy of happiness and feeling whole. You have to cross the bridge, and in order to cross the bridge, you have to heal yourself. But you can't like fake it, right? So a cycle needs to end within yourself, and it has to do with so again, this is Saturn, right? This is the strict dad. This is how you guys hold yourself back. These are your boundaries. And it's coming through in regards to communicating, speaking. And I'm not saying that this means you have to be fully open, right? Because Saturn teaches us about boundaries, and that's how people get burned, is by being too open. And I feel like that's almost a message within itself by the tooth being cut in half. So maybe you can like step it up a little bit and be a little more open than maybe what you guys are currently. Because something needs to end in regards to your communication style. And you guys are supposed to make a move on that. Some type of movement. Like act on it. And this will help you guys heal. Because this was being channeled as if like you guys aren't doing anything. There's no healing taking place. It's more just like you guys are moving around in your daily lives asking for signs. Okay. All right, what are you guys procrastinating? So how they showed it was like you're sitting on the edge of something, like, I don't know, the edge of a... I feel like this is how somebody would sit at like the side of their bed or the end of their bed. Like you're sitting like that, and they're focusing on your head and the back of your neck. And something's going around your head. And again, it's like your ears, they keep going back to your ears about listening. And it's like you're doing these things with your hand, like I don't know, like bored, or it's like you lean your head like that, I don't know. That's what they're showing me. And then they go back to your ears, and it's like something sparkling with your ears. And they keep going back to your spine, the back of your spine. So it's Kundalini, and it's like, I see them trying to like lift your head up. Like they're doing this to whatever, you know, like you're doing something. And I see a baby, like you're holding a baby. And this makes sense because Ace of Cups is supposed to be looked at as like, you know, Virgin Mary, like with the baby, you know, and you're holding a baby, a newborn. Like giving life to yourself. And now it's like you have headphones on. And it's like, take the headphones off, is what they're saying. That's the message. That's what's coming through, like what you're currently procrastinating. So let's pull maybe one card and see and get a clarifier as to, like, you know, why would you guys be holding this off? Like, what are you guys, what's your reasoning? What's your guys' logic? And then we'll end the reading here. Why are you guys holding this off? It's weird. I feel like I'm seeing a dog and a cat, and then a child playing some type of activity. So why are you guys procrastinating this? Why are you guys procrastinating? I want to pull a card and then I'll just channel that. Let's just do that. Oh, the sun. So this is our personality. This is, I think one way to look at it is, you know, the father, the child. I guess I could just leave it there, like our personality. You know, it's like our higher self, you know, what gives us oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. Like light, you know, like I hate to, like it's the sun, it's light, but it's exactly this, our spirit. So you may be, okay, I think I get the message. Why is sun here? I feel like I get it now. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. It's divine knowledge. It's information. And it's in reverse. So you may believe that it's also fixed energy. So you may believe that this will change who you are or everything you've known to yourself to be. The timing could not have been worse. Sorry, guys. Let me channel this really quick and end it here. I'm going to end it here. I'll record later. Okay, guys. So I tried to channel this while it was quiet. There's still some noise in the background. So how this is coming through is like the reason you guys are having like difficulty with this, not wanting to, like the reason you're procrastinating or holding this off. So remember how I'm seeing the child, and it's supposed to be like you guys as a child. And then I'm seeing a dog. I'm seeing something that looks like a cow. So when I see a dog, I think of loyalty. And when I see a cow, I'm thinking of milk, and I'm thinking of nurturing. And I feel like you guys want to be loyal and nurture your inner child, like what you guys are used to. Like you don't want to say goodbye to what you've known about yourself your whole life. And, you know, I don't know if like this is going to resonate with you guys or not, but like how it's coming through is like you guys believe that if you start accepting these things that you're witnessing, and accept it in your life, and if you change what you're already knowing should be changed, because that's how it's coming through. It's just like you guys are just ignoring it, prolonging it type of thing. Then it's like you're letting go a piece of yourself. And it's like you guys don't want to say goodbye to yourselves as a child. It's like you guys are connected. It's like you guys feel connected to who you were as a child currently. And it's like you don't want to say goodbye to that. You want to hold on to it. And the reason the Hierophant is here in reverse is because you guys aren't realizing that part of you will always be connected to you. And again, you guys may not be conscious of this part. I feel like hearing this type of stuff could be weird, or it's that like aha moment where it's like you're feeling this, but like it's weird to hear it, like put it into words, that maybe this is like what you're feeling, like not wanting to let go. But why? Well, like, what are you guys not wanting to let go? Or like, why don't you guys want to connect with this energy that is like some things outside of you are pushing you towards within yourself, which is what a spiritual awakening does. It's like forcing you to let go of things that you don't want to let go, that are a part of you. And it's because we don't like to change. But why don't we like to change? Because usually the things that we're supposed to change are like the things that aren't like doing anything for us. So I'm pretty positive you guys should be aware that maybe there's stuff or things in your life that are missing, that you're not satisfied, or maybe that you're not satisfied with. And in order to get those things that you want, a change needs to happen, and you need to let something go. And it's something inside of you in regards to a thought process, a belief system, something like that. And when I see the Sun again, I'm thinking, since the Hierophant's in reverse, it could be related to your ego. You may want to hold on to that. You may want to nurture that. I think there's tons of ways to kind of like outsmart yourself in a way where like you can make change work for yourself and have a different version of a better ego without having an ego that isn't working for you currently. Since we have to live this life we're living, and if you're not happy with everything, or if there's certain things that are lacking, you gotta be conscious of that and think about the fine details of what it is you're missing and what it is you want, and how can you achieve it, and can you achieve it with the way you currently are, like your personality, how you go about living, your thought process, or does something need to change? Because it's coming through that you're aware that something needs to change, but you don't really want to change. You want to stay committed and nurture your inner child, like you're connected to that. And when I say inner child, it's just like something you've been doing since you were a child. But you don't have to like fully let that go. You just have to transform it into something else. So how can you transform this Sun energy of yours into something better? And it still gives you that oomph, because there's something here you don't want to let go of. So how can you transform it into something else that works just as positive, but it actually is positive? I don't know if that makes sense. I hope so. All right, so that's what I got for you, pile one. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. All right, bye. All right, pile 2. Hi, pile 2. Okay. What are you guys holding off? What are you guys procrastinating in your life right now? I'm going to start channeling, okay? What are you guys holding off? What are you guys procrastinating in your life right now? Okay. Making a decision. I see you guys going back and forth on something. And Saturn is involved. It's in your mind. What are you guys not acting on? What are you guys not doing? What are you guys holding off and why? So it's coming through that you guys intuitively are aware of this, whatever this is. Something about, instead of doing what needs to be done, you'll go somewhere else. What are you procrastinating? What are you holding off on? Oh, what are you holding off on? Being strict, being like Saturnian, being hold on. I feel like you guys are intentionally distracting yourselves. Because Saturn keeps coming through and it's like you're running away from your, oh my God, I can't think of the word right now. You're running away from your, shit, hold on. You're running away from your, not problems, you're running away from your, wow, okay, like your duties in life, like the things that you need to do, you're running away. And I'm seeing like you run to mom type of thing. Ooh. What are you procrastinating? So when I see this, I think of the moon, you know, mother rules the moon in astrology, the 4th house. So the moon rules emotions, water energy, whereas Saturn rules earth, the things that must be done, the things, your responsibilities. There you go. Wow. So you may not want to, you may want to procrastinate because you don't want to be responsible. You may be in that energy of, it's funny because I don't think of Cancer energy. I would think of Pisces energy, which is like escapism. Escapism, not wanting to deal with responsibilities, not wanting to deal with the things that need to be dealt with, but rather being, no, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing you want to be nurtured. It's like you're going to mom and dad is following you. That's what's coming through, because the father is looked at as Saturn and the moon is looked at as mom. And it's like you're going to mom. I see your eyes as closed. They're open. They're a little bit opened. And I feel like I see like a sign in the background, like a celebrating sign. Oh, okay, so we know you're procrastinating. Like that is definitely the message from your responsibilities. And it's almost like you just want to relax and be nurtured right now. But why? What are you running from? What are you running from? I'm seeing tons of like a cloud of purple over trees. And below the trees are, it's like a river. Sorry for the background noise. What are you running from? Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know what this character does, but a character is coming through. So there's these trees, and then there's kind of like two mountains in a sense. Trees on the left, trees on the right. And one of the trees, it's like turning into that monkey from Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong? I don't know what the hell that represents. I don't know anything about Donkey Kong. I don't even know how I remember the name. But I'm thinking like monkey see, monkey do, like doing. There's a doing energy that needs to happen right now, right? Because that's what Saturn is about, manifesting in the real world by doing something. And I'm feeling like obstacles because there's so many trees, and I feel like they're turning into like mountains in a sense, and yet there's all this purple haze, like clouds, and I know there's a river below. So it's like you have knowledge, you have information, and you have to do something, but you're in this haze, this purple haze. So purple goes back to intuition, some type of knowing. And then we have water energy. Like again, intuition, feeling, knowing. But there's something like resistance with the doing part. It's like there's friction. When I think of Donkey Kong, it reminds me of like the arcades and the driving, you know? Again, it goes back to action. Where's the action? It's like you don't want to move or can't move or something like that. I'm going to move the, flip the cards and take it from there. Grand Cross, Provoker, Void of Course, Moon, Missing. Oh my God. Okay, so let's pull Tarot. So hold on. Grand Cross, Provoker. Okay. And then we have Void of Course, Moon, Missing. So this is definitely coming through as Saturn, because I was seeing, let me show you. You see how there's this, you know, I don't know what this really is, but I'm just going to call it, let's just say the moon. It's probably not, but you see the moon and there's like this cloud over here. But to me, it looks like that orb that's around Saturn. This is how I was seeing Saturn come through. Okay. And Saturn can be that provoker in our natal chart sometimes, like the return of Saturn, like that's, oh my God. Like, where were you guys when you turned 30? Like, what happened? Or around 30, sorry, like 27, 28. That's when I was like having psychic stuff happen to me, and I was trying to like not be weird about it, but like really I was, you know, having these lucid dreams and all this stuff. So therefore it's like there was the provoker, you know, it was my Saturn return. And then Void of Course, Moon. Void of Course, Moon, Missing. So I see you run to the moon because there's this void, almost like to avoid the provoker. It's like something is provoking you to act, to do something. But it's like your emotions or your feelings or something like that make you want to void. So the Grand Cross in astrology, this is when, I don't know the other Grand Crosses, but like, for example, the Cardinal Grand Cross. This is when Libra will be here, Capricorn, Aries, and Cancer, okay? These are all cardinal signs. And the point of it, like one way of looking at it is that you're supposed to balance out these energies, okay? But it's extremely hard because you got Libra energy over here, which is like this energy of balancing out, bringing harmony and balancing out all relationships of all kind in like your 12th and 1st house. So this is your mind and also how you come across to the world, but also balancing that out means don't overdo it. Don't be a people pleaser. And then you have Aries over here. So it's like you don't want, you need to live your life for yourself. You need to fight for things in your life that are yours. You're going to be in a lot of fights, but at the same time, don't be too confrontational, right? Bring it back to Libra energy. You need to build something in this life for, you know, yourself and others. You need to be grounded, but again, in a balanced way. Don't overdo it, and be there also for other people. Cancer energy. It's just, I think it's like everything in life. You don't want to overdo any type of energy, right? But this is hard to do because we have air energy, earth energy, fire energy, water energy. And depending on what planets are there, It's just not easy. It's just not. But anyway, all right. So why is Grand Cross here? The Hierophant in reverse. Okay. So this is divine knowledge. This is information. This is Taurus energy, which is a fixed sign, stubborn energy. And then we have the Tower. Why do I feel like I'm pulling less cards? Hold on one second. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I am. What did I pull for pile 1? Did I pull 3 cards? Why do I feel like I pulled 3 cards? Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. I did pull 3 cards. Hold on. One more. And then I'm going to channel the tarot. What are you guys procrastinating? One more card. Oh. Moon. Oh my God. Why is Moon here? 1 card, please. The World in reverse. The end of a cycle. So this is Saturn. And it's in reverse, which means something has come full circle, the end of a karmic cycle. Something must end in order for something new to begin. And then the Moon. This is exactly what I was talking about before. The Moon can be looked at as water energy, the mother, home, your emotions. This is how you act in regards to your emotions, how you act out. When you're feeling some kind of way, like when you're acting emotional, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I just mean, how do you express your emotions? That's what I mean. How do you express your emotions? So what are you procrastinating? What are you holding off? So let's look at these again. So this was that energy of, again, avoiding your responsibilities. And I kept saying, I'm seeing tons of purple. I'm like getting this energy of sensing. It's like tons of water energy. And it's like it goes over the trees. It goes over your knowledge, your information. And it's almost like it enables you to act, right? To move. And then when we pull clarifiers, why is the provoker here? We have the Hierophant in reverse. So something's not being understood in regards to your responsibilities, in regards to your Saturn energy. And then void of course Moon. Why is this here? We have the Tower. We have so this is Mars. This is something has happened, something, and this was being shown as you running to mom. It's like a Tower moment. The Tower moment is you running away from your responsibilities. So it's like you're not doing something that is your purpose, right? Because your soul, it's your Moon. It's like this is part of your purpose. What are you avoiding? It's like you're avoiding yourself. Because Saturn can also be looked at as manifesting. Like, what did you manifest? Where's the proof? And it's like, it's almost like you can't show the proof because you're avoiding it. What are you avoiding? Yourself. All right, I'm going to channel this. I feel like I'm in a city. Oh, I am. The Tower. is all the way in the background. I feel like, I don't know, I haven't been to Greece, but I feel like this is like something that looks like Greece. Like I'm in the city part. And people are running from the tower, like from the distance, going into town. It's like you're running from your own power is like the energy. It's like your power scares you, your power intimidates you, it's too much, something like that, like something, your responsibilities, whatever you're supposed to be doing, it's too much for you. Because how the tower is coming through in this vision is the White House. It looks like the White House. And you're just looking up at it right now. You're looking, wait, what? Hold on. I feel like you're coming through as a gnome. Wait, is that what they're called? The gnome? I don't know. Those creepy little things in the front yard. So you may feel really small. And the things that you're supposed to do may feel really big. And that may be why you procrastinate, hold off. You may feel like you don't know what to do. You may feel like it's kind of like unknown territory. That's how it's coming through. So it may feel like a tower moment. So you avoid it altogether. Oh, sorry. I'm seeing you hug the Reaper. So when I see the Reaper, I think of, obviously death, but like I think of transformation, like Scorpio, Pluto. Something needs to change. And this is like what you've been avoiding. Maybe this is part of the responsibility that has to take place. Because like, I don't know, for example, like the White House is part of it, something as big as that. And it's like you intuitively know, here comes the moon energy again, I'm seeing it. It's like you intuitively know that what you're supposed to be doing leads to something very big. And I think it's intimidating, and that's why you're showing up as the gnome. Or at least this is how it feels to you. And oh, that's why it's coming through as death. It needs to end, like the fear of this. Like don't be afraid of the unknown. This is why it's like a cycle that needs to end. Like you just need to do. Okay, okay. So the tower, this is why it was coming through as Mars, which was like Donkey Kong, because they drive. There's action that needs to take place and you're avoiding it. And it's like, this is a cycle that needs to end, and you need to act on what you know to be true intuitively in your heart. and to stop avoiding. It's like you're being provoked from you're being provoked from the Father for your responsibilities. Like, you know, from, let's say, your actual dad, clean your room. It's like you need to go clean your room, go clean. It's like you're feeling that type of energy. And instead of like taking, just taking it and understanding why you need to do it in order to get your allowance, you're just like, I don't wanna, you know, and then you go run to mom. And then you tell on dad like a rat. And and then it's like a tower moment, because then you get mom and dad in a fight, you know, like who's the good cop, bad cop. No, but really it's like you're getting your moon energy and Saturn energy, which is within you, just to be clear, tangled up, like not feeling good. So therefore you don't feel good because you're procrastinating and holding off. Meanwhile, it's not going anywhere because it's earth and water. So it's just like staying there because you're avoiding it. This was it. This is how it was coming through, as hugging the Reaper. I think I said that. This person was coming through as the Reaper. Like, get in touch with what you know. Oh my God, look. You see this little person right there? That was the gnome. That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. I just realized. Sorry, I'm sorry. The Grand Cross, the Hierophant. It's like you're not seeing your blessings. It's like you're not seeing your blessings because it's not just being given to you. You have to work at it. You have to put in action. But it's there once you put in the action. Oh, remember how I said I was seeing trees and all that stuff? Look, this is like what I was seeing. You guys are gonna... And then there was like a river going through this. And then purple was coming on in. Okay, so... let's see. Why are you guys avoiding this? I'm gonna start channeling. Why are you guys avoiding this? Why are you guys avoiding this? So I'm seeing the left side and the right side, and it's like the dark ocean. I feel like we're leading into the ocean. It's like cliffs on the left, cliffs on the right. Why are you avoiding this? And as we're getting closer to get out of this, like rocks start caving in the water, so we can't get out. And it's like shaking. It wasn't shaking before this scene. So now there's no water in the middle. It's like tons of rocks, and I see the water in the distance. But I feel like we were trying to get out before. And now we're just looking. We're just looking at the edge. I'm seeing like a triangle and a circle in the middle of the triangle. So when I see that, I'm thinking to myself, like, needing to go out, needing to venture off, needing to, again, it comes back to act, do something, maybe physically. And then it's like you can't for some reason. It's like it could be things outside of you holding you back. Those rocks falling in the water could represent you holding yourself back. But then it's like, but then there's that triangle, right? With the circle in the middle. Why are you procrastinating? The energy is almost like how? Because I'm seeing like this dark room with a window, and through the window I see an eye. But I feel like the eye is closed. Solar eclipse revolution, Sagittarius icy. Okay, so remember how I said with the window and then the eye is closed? Sagittarius energy. Remember also I said it's like you may need to actually act and get out, but maybe you feel like you can't. So this energy is all about freedom, like not feeling restricted, not feeling held back. This was definitely that circle in the triangle. And the triangle I look at as, you know, higher consciousness. When I think of revolution, I think of Uranus energy. And when I think of Uranus and I think of Sagittarius, and when I think of because this is definitely symbolic of right at the edge of freedom. And it's like this freedom or this journey you're supposed to go on in order to act on your responsibilities, something like that. It's like you don't, it's like you can't physically see it, or it's like you can't get out, something like that. Because like I was saying, the energy is with Uranus, let alone in Sagittarius, is needing to get out, needing to just randomly go. And it doesn't necessarily mean randomly, but we're asking the question, like, why are you procrastinating? It's like you're waiting on being able to know where to go so you can go. Something like that. So when I see 4, I think of stability. And that was the energy of when I was seeing the cliff on the left, the cliff on the right, and there's a river in the middle, and everything's stable, everything's nice. And then all of a sudden the cliffs just start, like rocks start tumbling down, and then all of a sudden you can't get out. And but you see where freedom is. At least this is what it feels like, freedom. And somehow this is in regards to what it is you're procrastinating, like why you're procrastinating. It's because like you can't physically do it, or you don't know how because your eye is closed. You need the light because you're in a dark room, and then we see the window and we see your eye in the window and it's closed. So it's like you don't know how to get out. You don't know how to get out there. You need to see. You need to free yourself. This could also mean freeing yourself from restrictions as well, because again, Saturn kept coming in strong in the first part of this reading, right? It could be limited beliefs, and you may have to break free from it, right? That's another way of looking at it, because that's another thing about Saturn. It's not just your boundaries and your restrictions. It's also where you need to break yourself free from. So maybe whatever this is that you're procrastinating, that you're holding yourself back from, maybe another way of looking at it is maybe you feel like it needs to be balanced. Maybe you feel like it needs to be a certain kind of way. But maybe that's part of it. Like you don't need to see. Because I feel like that Sagittarius energy too is not knowing, but still just going with intuition and feeling and just knowing it's going to work out or go somewhere. So they go for it anyway. Because we saw freedom, and then all of a sudden it's like we couldn't get out. So maybe you need to break free from that. Let's pull clarifiers. Because now that I think about a solar eclipse, that's blocking the light. So you may be blocking your own knowledge, right? Because I saw a higher consciousness. So that may be part of it. There's a circle in a triangle. Well, here's the circle. It's a solar eclipse. You're blocking your own eye. Yep. Why is solar eclipse revolution here? Six of Swords going us through their waters. This is what I was seeing, like the water. It's like why are you procrastinating? You're on your way out. You're on your way out. And then Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. It's like because you can't see the end of the road. You don't know where it goes, something like that. You may think that like that you need this map from A to Z and seeing it in front of you like a strategy, but that's like impossible with everything sometimes. That may be where you need to free yourself from, you know, in order to see and in order to get to where you need to go, in order to get the Ace of Pentacles. Because I think in the imagery, it's like they're going towards like let's just say a solar eclipse, because they feel the triangle there, but they don't really know if the triangle's there. You know, just giving you food for thought. But what are you guys procrastinating on, though? I know your responsibilities, but what are your responsibilities? I feel like the vibe is something new. Like I'm seeing a dark room and you opening the door, and then it lights up the whole thing. And then I feel like I'm seeing an air balloon. And I feel like I'm seeing paint drip out. Paint drip out of that basket from the air balloon. So again, it's like something new and there's a movement. No, one card. Responsibilities. What are your responsibilities? Oh, let's go back to Saturn. Structure. Red, root chakra. Building something. Grand Trine, blessings. Okay, I feel like I'm not going to get much more than that. Grand Trine, blessings. All right, so that's what I got for you, pile 2. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. All right,